I haven't done a vlog in a while. There's been some disturbing things going on in the world of video games lately. Not to mention the connections between violence and video games that the media is going ballistic about, but now Sony has patented their anti-used games, whatever it's called. I gotta ask, when was used games ever detrimental to the market? When were used games ever a problem? These days we have so many things tied to used gaming, and it's ridiculous. Listen, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, everybody that sells games everywhere. You guys do realize that used video games don't hurt the market at all, right? Well, people are buying the used games and never buying the initial product. Yes, that does happen in abundance. But last I checked, it's been happening since ever? I mean, I've been buying used games for a long time now. Most of my PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, my GameCube, my Xbox library consists of used games. My new libraries are the 360 and the PS3. And the Wii. The Wii as well. But, used gaming has existed throughout the duration of gaming, and it's never been a problem until this recent generation. And I have to ask why. When I look at all the things they have that they want to put in our way to prevent us from playing used games, it kind of pisses me off. Alright, first and foremost, these days, right now, we have something that was popularized by EA, which is called an online pass. And by the grace of God, Halo still hasn't put one of those in there. So 343, I give you that mark up, even if your online multiplayer does suck. Online passes, in my personal opinion, are, if I can get philosophical, unconstitutional. Never in history have I seen an instance of where I buy something used and then they want me to pay more money for it so I can use it. You see, with the online pass, it's an instance of these greedy corporations wanting to get more money out of you even if they have no longer any right to the game. Now, what I mean when I say that is, in order for someone to buy a used game, it has to be used, which means that someone has already made the initial $60 purchase and they have already gotten their investment for that product. What I mean is, once the game has been purchased and sold again, the company no longer has any rights to the physical product. I can buy anything I want. I can take this copy of Dragon Age Origins Ultimate Edition and I can go sell it to my friend for any amount of cash I deem reasonable. I can take this copy of Resident Evil 0 and I can sell it to anybody for any amount of cash. The company no longer has any right to that physical product. It's mine now. They can't do diddly dick with it. But unfortunately, in this era when we have to be connected to the online services in order to play with our friends because nobody wants to do couch co-op anymore, it is an instance of them trying to control us even after we have made our initial purchase. It's them trying to tell us what to do with our product. And it's something that pisses me off. Used gaming doesn't hurt the industry. What does hurt the industry is bad business practices and terrible implementations such as you watching us through our Kinect or our PSI toy, whatever the fuck they use. Anywho, used gaming doesn't hurt anything because, like I said earlier, in order for the product in question to be used, it had to have already been purchased. You've made your initial dollar amount. Now, of course, there are many people that will go and buy a game used. But I can tell you this much, there's nobody out there that does something as ignorant, and if they do, I fucking hope they don't watch my channel. There's no one out there that does something as ignorant as go to a store or a GameStop and say, hey, do y'all have a used copy of this? You know, a couple of days after the game's released, yeah, we've got a used copy for $59.99. Oh, I'll take that one instead of the brand new copy. Nobody does that. Most of what people do is they go and they buy these games either used or at a marked down price months after release. I have yet to get a chance to play Deus Ex Human Revolution. If I can find a brand new copy of Deus Ex Human Revolution for around $20, I'll probably get it. It's a game that's high on my list right now for new releases or newer releases that I want to play. If I can find it for a cheaper price, maybe used for $15, I'll pick it up. Does my one purchase hurt the entirety of the gaming industry in question? No, it doesn't. It doesn't hurt them. Does it take a little bit of money out of their pocket? Yes, it does. But you guys seem to forget that gaming is a billion-dollar industry. So I don't think used gaming does too terribly much. What does hurt gaming in general, like I said, bad business practices, promises that aren't fulfilled, DRM. Those are what hurt gaming. So, of course, if you're going to try to tell me what to do with my own products, I'm just going to stop buying your shit. I'm getting real tired of Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft, gaming in general, because they want to tell us what to do with our product. I move on to another topic that is covered by this Sony Anti-Used Games initiative, and that is that they want to lock our games to either our profile or our console. And this brings up a very important question. Why? I can understand if you're afraid of used games or us buying it, but locking it to our profile or our console is stupid for a number of reasons. Number one, it makes you fearful that we're going to let someone borrow the game. Oh, God forbid that happens, because I let Taylor borrow Never Dead and he let me borrow Spec Ops. Does that hurt gaming? No. The games are still being played. You've still made a purchase. Somebody got some money for it. Did you get your full $60 worth? Maybe. Maybe not. But oh God, you'll get it elsewhere. It's a billion-dollar industry. But let's take a look at this right quick. If you have a game locked to your profile or your console, it makes it so you can't play that game anywhere else, does it? Will that be the way it is? You have to input the code that comes with the game, and if you don't have the code, you can't play the game? You mean you can't play the product that you paid $60 for? Or if you buy it used, you'll have to pay for a code in order to unlock it again and then lock it to your console. What happens if your console breaks? What happens if it's one of those days where you can't gain access to Xbox Live or PSN? What happens in the future when they shut those servers down? There's a lot of people out there that have Halo 2 multiplayer maps. I go to replays every day and see multiplayer map discs, and they can't be used now because the Xbox Live, the original Xbox Live, is shut down now. What happens in the future when we're playing the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox 180 or some shit, and we can't play the original games because the internet service is shut down, or you can no longer go online to activate said codes? That's what it is. These codes are for the online. It's so that they can supervise you. It's so they can make sure you're not doing what they don't want you to do. And it's fucking stupid. Online passes are stupid. Locking games to profiles or consoles is stupid. The gaming industry is fucking stupid. And when this is coming from gamers, you know it's become a real big problem. Gaming used to be about fun. It used to be about playing your games and having a good time. These days, the people making the games, or at least the higher-ups, are only interested in making their money. And they're fucking the little guys. We are the little guys. I gotta tell you guys, speak with your wallets, not with your words. You stop buying their products, they'll probably listen. Because the second that their money flow stops, they're gonna pay attention to what we're doing. I can play a retro library for the rest of my life. I don't need to buy your next-gen consoles and your shitty business tactics. Think about that when you start trying to fuck the little guy, because at the end of the day, the little guy might fuck back, and you're not going to enjoy it very much. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If I missed any topics that are very important, please comment down below and let me know what you think about this situation. Take care, everyone.